Hello and welcome. You're watching Race to Power with me, Ananya Datta. And before we start with our broadcast, some breaking news coming in a dramatic escalation of tension. India is withdrawing its High Commissioner and key diplomats from Canada. India says it has no faith in the current Canadian government's commitment to ensure their security. In a highly aggravating move, Canada has named the Indian High Commissioner and other diplomats as quote-unquote persons of interest in a murder investigation. New Delhi slamming Ottawa's investigation into the murder of a Sikh separatist leader, Hardeep Singh Nijjar. He was designated as a terrorist by India back in 2020, and the diplomatic standoff intensifies as India vehemently rejects Canada's allegations of the Indian government's involvement in the killing on Canadian soil. India's foreign ministry has summoned the Canadian charge d'affaires to deliver a scathing rebuke to what it deems as politically motivated witch hunt. Canada claims it has irrefutable evidence linking Indian government agents to the murder of a Canadian citizen.
I also had a meeting.
And to get us the latest, our assistant editor for Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibul, is joining us live on this broadcast from New Delhi. Siddhant, good to see you. This is, of course, a big move by New Delhi that could effectively jeopardize diplomatic relations with Ottawa. What are you picking on?
Well, this is a significant development. I've seen many diplomatic developments, but this is really unprecedented. India not only recalling its ambassador from Canada, but essentially sending a strong message to the Trudeau government over they playing vote bank politics. Now, let me first tell you where I'm standing. I'm standing just in front of India's Ministry of External Affairs. This is the place where the Canadian top diplomat was summoned a short while ago, and essentially this is the place where the top diplomat was handed over that strongly worded demarche. And of course, thereafter we saw when he came out, he spoke to the media as well and reiterated, of course, what the Canadian government has been saying, alleging Indian hand when it comes to the Nijjar killing. But essentially thereafter we saw that strongly worded statement where India announced that it is recalling its High Commissioner. I do expect that there could be a strong response by the Canadian government as well. It is past 8 p.m. here in India, but remember, it's just daytime. The day has just started in Ottawa, and it could be a pretty long day. We know that tensions have been simmering for some time now, especially since the Canadian Prime Minister last year stood up in the Canadian Parliament and said that India is involved in the killing, but he hadn't provided any evidence since then. There have been two face-to-face conversations, one as recent as in Laos, and also earlier we know that on the sidelines of the G7 summit in Italy. But essentially, when it comes to the Laos meeting, India said that it was not a very substantive conversation, but it looks like now the ties are heading towards a drastic fall, and coming at a time when, of course, Canada goes to election. We know election happens in the country next year, but it looks like the Trudeau government is pandering to the vote bank politics in the country.
Absolutely, Siddhant. It was just back in June that the Canadian Prime Minister said that India and Canada will work together on the difficult issues. It doesn't seem like that's going through. For now, Siddhant, thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast and getting us those updates. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.